Welcome in to another interesting Saturday morning here, Landon, DragRace Central. Good morning. Hey, well, this is. I didn't hear you well. Speak up again.
Good morning.
Oh yeah, I guess I'm hearing you okay. Here another. It's 6:03 in the morning. My goodness, we come to work early, don't we?
We sure do.
But I do see some daylight. You know, we just talking. I asked you, hey, is it getting daylight out? Of course, the daylight savings time. We'll have a. There's going to be some changes. We actually. Passed 4 or 5 cars on the way to the freeway this morning. Had a couple following us. Hey, it's going to be a busy traffic day.
Oh yeah, hey, it's maybe get warmed up.
I hope so. You know, we got the Street Fighters going on at Laster Mountain tonight. That's going to be, street racing from the wrong end of the track.
Yeah.
It's easy to throw rocks and talk about, oh, that's this, not this. But you know what? There'll be several hundred people there. I'm excited to go. We're going fired a little Datsun up and take it back up there and had to put a new starter on it. That was the weirdest deal. You know, we up there and the car cranked fine and, never had any problem out of it. You made first pass. You won the first round. Come back around, going to make another pass, hit the starter. It just buzzed. The drive missed the flywheel. I guess, we got a nick in the flywheel. Of course, it got an SFI flywheel on it. But I thought, so we got under, Matt got under it and took a wrench and moved the motor a little bit. Nothing. It's a Tilton starter I've had for several years, and must be a bushing or something broke in front of that thing, so it allowed the drive to move to the side. So I ended up got me another starter. If you get creative, you can buy. I bought one. Went up to the local Napa store and got me one off of a 97. Chevrolet pickup with a 454, which is it's a gear reduction, and it sounds just as good as the Tilton. And I was a disappointed old Tilton starter, but I think I've had it about 20 years, and the first time it ever given me any problem.
Hey, for 20 years, you can say that's probably a good starter.
Well, we was running that Mitsubishi we had, and it broke transmission. Oh, so I can't believe it broke my transmission. Then I got to thinking. The transmission was 14 years old, and it was the third car it'd been in. So I couldn't talk dirty about it anymore. So, I guess, and I had run that thing and beat it like a rented mule, and it had always, 176, just old stock Power Glide with a, had a steel high gear hub in it, and, the good input shaft and the trans brake. It served me well. So we finally stepped up and went and bought us went up, our buddies at PTC, and bought us a good transmission, and by gosh, it don't give problems. Those things are amazing. Of course, the kind of money you spend, you'd hope it does good. Well, what have we got going on today?
Today we got Laster Mountain. We got the Street Fighters event going on.
From the wrong end of the track opens at 4:00. That is fun, and the atmosphere is just like going out the old. We used to run out Oxmoor. Our Mike Marsh is on with us last week. We got talking about going out to at the street races out at Oxmoor Industrial Park. We had some kind of fun out there, and there wasn't. Now you go to some of the places, somebody break out a gun. Somebody, idiot doing donuts in the street. We didn't have a whole lot of that. Everybody came out there to race, and we just had some kind of fun. That's the atmosphere, and it's well run. Clifford Higginbotham does that thing, and you put your name in a hat, or in whatever class it is. They pull the first name out, and then the first name they pull out of the hat gets lane choice. Isn't that the way it works?
No, actually, they had a system set up where they used chips from like a.
Okay.
What was that? A poker set.
Like a poker check? Okay.
And you have 3 colors. You'll be given a number, and these numbers are written on a chip. And
really
okay, I'm sorry, I kind of went blank there. You get written on a chip, and you'll draw you a chip, and it'll have you a number 1 through however many, half of however many in that class. And a color might mean that you get lane choice, or that you have a bye that round, or that you just part of the race.
Okay.
And you'll have somebody else will pull one, and they will have a number that will match yours.
So
that way you know who's racing.
All right, so you draw your competitor. You can't dodge anybody. Whoever it is who it is.
That's right.
I like that.
So it's all about luck of the draw.
And
so you'll have a matching number, and obviously your colors depend on if you get lane choice or if you have a bye that round or what's going on.
You had a battery operated speaker, a loudspeaker down there, and I say loudspeaker. That's being kind. It wasn't real loud, but you know what? They set it up. It works. Got a flashlight start, and then he'll flick the flashlight to the side of the guy who won. So, a lot of fun. And there'll be several hundred people up there, and the car starts being trailered in at 4 or 5 o'clock. It's a lot of fun to do that. Maybe I might try to drive a little bit tonight.
Ooh. You gonna try to bring home the check?
Cash.
Yeah. You gotta bring home the deposit slip.
Well, that's right. I don't. I told you made a pass, and it was squeaking the tires down, and I hear you rolling the throttle, and the tires will slip a little bit, and you just ease off of it, and clicked high gear, and it was hazing the tires.
Yeah.
I won't do that, Landon.
You just gonna hold her to it?
Yeah, I'll hang the skinny pedal on the mat and see what happens. Drive out the passenger window and out the driver's window, and hopefully out the front window.
I wish you luck to that one.
That's right. We got wheelie bars on it now, so maybe we'll flip over backward.
Yeah. You ain't got sidebars though.
Oh, I know it. But anyway, Street Fighter's going on. It's 4 o'clock.
That's right.
$10 entry fee.
Yeah. Tomorrow we have Georgia versus Alabama, a fall festival. It's a street style shootout there in Montgomery. They're going to do a 28-inch tire race.
That's always a lot of fun going to, on the way back from Montgomery one time, it's late, and I don't know if we've been to Pink's. Anyway, it was real late at night. I'm about half asleep, and you and your cousin with us, and I told you, I said, boys, I'm going to show y'all something, but you can't tell your mamas when you get home. Because y'all's about asleep, too. So we pulled in Waffle House in Pelham, and so we went in this place, and, it was crowded. It was probably 1:30 in the morning. We ordered our food, and, of course, it was good. It's always, there's stuff laid on the floor everywhere in a Waffle House. Because if you go into a clean Waffle House, the food's not going to be real good. We know that.
Oh, yeah.
So, anyway, we got through eating. We paid, walked out, got in the car. We started up the road. You looked over and said, Daddy, where do them people live?
Well, yeah, because these were not normal people.
I said, son, I don't know it, but you only see them at Waffle House at 1:30 in the morning.
Well, they're not normal people.
Well, where do they live?
Yeah. They got a special place for them.
So that was we made it home, and after that, we'd be going somewhere. Daddy, is it late enough to go to Waffle House? Are we going to be out that late? Yeah, we'll be out that late. So that's one of our adventures. So what else you got going?
I was going to mention Shoe Tong Recovery. They help bring us our wonderful show we have here this evening.
Yep.
You mentioned the show, you get a 10% discount on your toe.
And how about this? There's always jobs available.
That's right.
Places growing. You got jobs available. You can work days, nights, split shift, weekends, whatever you want to work. Record business 24/7. That is not 24 hours a week, 7 days, 7 months out of the year. That's all day, every day.
Ooh.
So those guys run the place, and they stay busy.
They better.
That's right. What's the phone number out there?
205-631-0910.
Okay, give Tim a call, and they'll fix you up if you break down. I'm riding down the road this morning. I got to hear the noise. I said, man, I hope that's not us. And we got on down close to the interchange. It was a Dodge diesel. Or I guess it was a Dodge. It was a diesel come through, and it was as exhaust as I was hearing. We made it down to the all construction. He passes, and that's the noise I was hearing. It wasn't a little car.
Now, tell me this: could this be? Did Todd finish his race?
I hope he calls this morning. He's posted a bunch on Facebook. I did not see whether or not he won.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
we got to see what kind of breakfast he's buying us.
Well, hey, he won the championship.
Yeah, we'll have to get our breakfast set up.
We want it. Now, Todd, we hope you won that last one too. You need to post a video of spanking your competitor. So anyway, he's got the double X car and the double down. I believe is a new '56 Chevrolet. So it ought to be I think his D-gas runs in the high sixes, 70s, 80s, I believe. The A-gas ought to run in the high fives.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's and you got to shift your own gears too.
Yeah.
It looks like a lot of fun. I think the gear shifting is over for me. Well, I could let the clutch out once. I don't know if I'd make it up here a second time.
You got to try, I guess.
I ain't scared. But anyway, let's see, what are the kind of events we got? We got a couple of really cool things that we're going to announce that's coming up.
We got some
weeks.
upcoming events, but that's about we only got those 2 events going on this weekend.
I bet you Miss Deidre will call us in. She is at it's not Cruising the Coast. It's something at the Intramural Coast down in Panama City. There's a big car show going on. Miss Deidre, with the Deidre Report, will be calling in at the 7:30 time slot. She always does a great job. We're going to talk to her about our little event. We actually got 2 events coming up.
We got lots of events coming up.
Yeah, in a couple of weeks. And when we come back, we're going to talk some more about them things. But anyway, 941-1011 is our number. Give us a call here on DragRace Central, Superstation 101. Welcome back in, boy. That's some kicking music this morning. Kind of get the blood flowing here on DragRace Central. I want to make one announcement. Our replay has been changed. Replay tomorrow will be from 6 to 8 tomorrow evening. How about that? So if you miss us today, and you tell all your friends, from 6 to 8 p.m. tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, we go from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
We're 6 to 8, but it's that's a lot of hours.
Yeah,
we're actually on here. We can sit home tomorrow and listen to us, and
we don't have to wake up.
Well, I may have to if NASCAR's on. I'll go to sleep. I have to set my alarm where I know to listen to myself. How about that?
That's right.
Tell us about somebody who brought us, and I'm going to make a couple of announcements.
Hey, well, we talking about Todd. We need to call in, but with MTO Motors, they do some in-house financing down there at 7212 First Avenue North.
Cars and motorcycles.
It's cars and motorcycles. Got a very wide selection of both. In-house financing. Great place out there. They've been around for almost 3 generations.
Yeah, they're selling the 3rd generation vehicles. These had about 65 motorcycles.
Yeah, just
300 cars. Good Lord, that'd keep you busy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
How do you keep? I wonder if we could go borrow one. He wouldn't notice.
He's got enough. Maybe he won't notice 1 or 2 missing.
A diesel dually, a new Dodge diesel dually.
A Cummins.
With the Cummins.
Right.
With the Cummins. We would not be upset if one showed up at the house.
Well, you're right about that.
You were talking last night about the new Koenigsegg Agaro.
Agara RS.
That thing was $7.7 million, and you and I got to sit talking about how much would the payments be, and we'd probably have to stretch that thing out to 7 years or 84 months.
84 months.
It was $106,000 a month. Is that what it was? $107,000 a month.
Yeah.
That plus insurance. Could you see us calling our insurance man? You ain't gonna believe it. You ain't gonna believe what I bought. And he said, I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
Well, see, the one I looked at was it was a few years old, so maybe we can get a good price on it.
That's the economy model.
Yeah, it's the economy model.
They're it's $106,000 a month. Insurance is gonna be $100,000. I can't even imagine how much insurance. And worse than that,
it'd be a blank check.
Go buy.
Month.
Oh yeah, they just leave your credit card number. We just go and surprise you.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how much a tag would be? Several years ago, I was buying a tag for something. Went up in the line, and the guy in front of me, he was buying a tag. I'm not being nosy. I heard his tag was $4,000, and I said, "Good Lord, what did you buy?" He said, "Well, I bought my wife a new Mercedes." I said, "I just want to make sure because I did not want one of those, whatever that was. I don't want one." The tag was $4,000.
You're probably right about that.
Oh man, it's a cool car, but I don't want to give the government $4,000 just for a tag. My goodness. That's tough.
That's why usually we would never do this ever. Never ever. But that's why you write whenever you have a bill of sale, you write your purchase for $100 or so.
Yeah, $350. That's it. So that Koenigsegg for $300. That's a Swedish-based company, Klaus von Koenigsegg. I thought I was watching one of their videos, and that car does not have doesn't have a gearbox.
That's right.
Ross operates off the torque converter, and he said he tried to get several converter manufacturers to work with him, and nobody would. So what did he do? He made it himself. Electric motors on the front wheels. This thing is, I think it just set the 0 to 400 kilometers.
It would set 5 different records.
Yep, at one stroke. 287 miles an hour is what you said?
Yep. 284.
284.
284.6.
So at that extra 3 miles an hour not going to make any difference.
Yeah.
Can you imagine how long you would wreck if things went bad?
Uh,
You'd have time to make a phone call.
A good phone call.
I heard a story of a guy at Talladega. Car got loose from him, and the crew said, "You're okay?" He said, "I don't know. I ain't through wrecking yet." And we come to stop. Oh, yeah, I'm all right. That's going pretty fast. But anyway,
yeah.
What's Todd's number out there?
I am called in at 205-836-0508.
Well, our of course we want to get with Todd with this, and all of our advertisers to come out or make sure we come out. The third, well, start this deal off. Last Tuesday night was the Alabama Racing Pioneers up at Fields Grill in Hayden. We all got together, and there was about, and I didn't give a final count. There's probably 50 racers there. And you made a comment one time. Said, "Daddy, we talk about the legends of racing. They're all in this room. Everybody local."
Hey, that's right, because we were there.
We was there too. You forgot that part.
We were the legends.
No, we were there too. So it's a great deal to go up to, and Bubba Cummins. And I was going to try to get him up here on with us this morning. He didn't make it. He goes back between here and the Mobile area where he's still got a place down there. He owns the Wampin wagon. That's, I believe, is a 56 Chevrolet wagon, and no straight shift. And they go out there and restored the thing, and they get out and still run it a little bit. But he mentioned to me a couple of weeks ago, so why don't you have a get-together for the drag racers just like the round track guys? So we kind of did a little investigating. So the third Tuesday night of this month, which will be on the 21st at Fields Grill in Hayden, you had to look it up. Did you look up the address of that?
Hey, I'll have that here in just a minute.
Okay, we'll start announcing this. But anyway, we're going to just kind of let a bunch of drag racers get together. This time of year, drag racing, we don't get to go as much as we do during the summertime. But you can, we'll come up and good place to eat. Hey, and we're hosting it, but when you come up and buy food, you will be buying. I won't.
Okay.
We might talk Landon into it.
Hey, but 195 Smoke Rise Trail there in Warrior.
Okay. Yes, actually, Warrior Dress. You get off at the Highway 160 exit and go east. You'll go about a quarter of a mile. You'll take a left on Smoke Rise Drive. Smoke Rise what?
Smoke Rise. Let me see if I'm saying Smoke Rise Trail.
Okay, Smoke Rise Trail. When you turn left on Smoke Rise Trail, come up there. It's about 2 or 3 blocks on the left. This is a quaint little place. Holds about 7,500 people. I like when the racing pioneers are there. The locals who are just coming there to eat are not racers. Open the door up and it kind of get a shock because this place is slap full of folks.
That's
right.
But
anyway, we'd like to get the racers to come out.
How did you talking about? It's the third left that you can take as soon as you get off the exit.
Okay.
If you're headed north, but if you're coming from the south, it would be the fourth left.
Oh yeah.
If you're coming from south
Okay.
on 65.
Okay, well, it's on the east side of the freeway and Smoke Rise Trail. Anyway, cool place. But anyway, I'd like to get a bunch of racers coming out. That's going to be this winter, and if it goes good, we'll continue doing it. I believe it'll. We'd love to meet everybody, meet all 3 of our listeners, or 4. How many, Landon? How many you think we got now?
Well.
Half a dozen?
Maybe we might have 6 or 7.
6 or 7, that's right. We get a baker's dozen. It may be 13 of us. But anyway, come on out to Fields Grill, third Tuesday night of the month. And how about this? On the that is the 21st. On the 20th, Gardendale Performance is having a Racers Appreciation Night out at Hoover Tactical Firearms. So you'll go out there, and they're having some in the shooting range, having some competition. You shoot 5 shots. They got $100 to win, $50 runner-up, and $25 third place. And we're going to have Miss Elizabeth Weston on here with us next week. We're going to talk some more about that. Go out to Hoover. But I hear some music. We're going to talk some more about this as we get going along here at Drag Race Central, Superstation 101.
Welcome back in Drag Race Central. I'm your host, Landon Shue.
Hey, I'm the dad unit. I'm Randall Shue on the other side of the big old table.
Is this the round table?
Looks like a big old tongue.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, yeah.
So that'd be an odd shape to it. So we can't be the brains of the round table yet.
That's right. Oh, it's a tongue table.
Yep.
That's just for talking, so I guess that's what this is.
Hey, if it works, it works.
That's it. Go ahead and tell us about somebody who brought us here.
Well, we got the home place. You know, we got some great guys in there. 2 locations, Warrior and what was
And in Pinson.
Pinson Valley Parkway.
Pinson Valley Parkway. I just passed a killer place to eat some breakfast.
I'm trying to get this card out here right. Yeah, Warrior, 9694 Highway 31 there, off of Highway 31 in Warrior. Give them a call down at 205-543-6556. Hey, or they got 5256 Pinson Valley Parkway, located in Birmingham. You can give them a call down at 205-681-6226.
Cool. Well, you know, we'd like to offer a little news here on the, you know, we talked about the event on the 20th. That's the Racer Appreciation Night put on by Gardendale Performance. Of course, Miss Elizabeth Wesson, Jimmy's daughter, will be up here with us next week. I talked to her yesterday. She's going to come up and talk about that because she's a very accomplished drag racer in her own right. Her and her sister Whitney have just done an outstanding job. Went through the junior dragsters and up in the big boy car, big girl cars. How about that?
That's right.
So she's gonna come up with us and talk about some drag racing. She's actually been on with me before. Now this is when George Howard and I did the show several years ago from this very same location. And anyway, she'll come up and talk more about that and some of the cool stuff going on out at Hoover Tactical Firearms. But what we're going to have is you get 5 shots. You have to buy your own. Guns will be provided, and they will provide you. Hey, did you just pull some candy out over there?
I sure did. Some Jolly Ranchers.
Jolly Ranchers, sweet.
I'm out of everything else. That's the real deal.
Okay.
And the only thing they got over here is those green peppermints.
Oh man, that's the bottom of somebody went trick or treating. That's the only thing is left. They eat all the good stuff and left the peppermints.
That they sure did.
Well, anyway, they're gonna you buy your own shells. There's 5 of them, and anyway, you shoot, and whoever wins I think it's 10 yards, I believe is what it is, with a 9mm. Whoever wins is $100 to win, $50 runner up, and $25 final. You know, semis. There'll be all kind of gifts. But anyway, that's going to be on the 20th. 21st is going to be the drag race get together. You'll talk about some drag racing, and just eat some food and talk about some racing, and just kind of hang out with the fellow racers. This ought to be a lot of fun. Phil's Grill in Hayden.
Oh yeah.
What else you got?
Well, I was over here thinking of. Last week we had Stubbs and Batman.
Oh, yeah?
We had their race.
Yep. That was they went on a nice crowd up to Laster Mountain. Batman won first round. Stubbs started out Stubbs left lane, Batman right lane. Stubbs, because, you got to get a little, if you're going to run Batman, you got to set up just a little bit aggressive. So he pulled the trigger on it and blew the tires off. Batman went down and won first, so they came back around and gonna make another pass. Stubbs won that one, and I can't remember the ET. I know Batman went a 391. That's scratching off Bubba.
Yeah.
At 200 miles an hour. So Hank won the second round. Did a good job, and he put a whipping on him because I promised the Stubbs along with Batman they show up to race. Come third round, Batman won third round. He went 201 miles an hour.
It's getting a bit fast.
in a city block.
Yeah.
That thing looks like a bracket car, a really, really fast one. But the way it goes in a track, they're a little bit noisy. That's being kind.
Just a little bit.
That's being kind. In our 28 10.5, Kenny Scott had his Fox Body Mustang. As you know, when you go to the 10.5 races, there's GT Mustangs everywhere. You know, you and I was in Valdosta and did, hey, Daddy, GT Mustang. Hey, Landon, look, GT Mustang. They were everywhere. I don't think any of them ever made a junkyard except there's one. Kenny ran I believe it's Joseph West. Anyway, his car got a little bit loose. He lifted and got back on it. It tagged, dusted the left wall. Not a big deal. Then it took a hard right and T-boned the right wall. It hit so hard it wrinkled the transmission tunnel in this car, so he needs a new body. Thank goodness didn't get hurt. I'm sure he's going to be sore. But he did not get hurt. But he sure, when it hit, there was dust. He just knocked dust off everything. It just looked like a airplane crash is all the dust that come off there. But it took off the right front wheel. I think it got over close into the motor. But it was a well-built car. And after looking at the car, it had a primered front end. So it wasn't the first time he had tagged something. But he won't tag anything else in this car. He's going to have to go fix it.
Yeah.
Take all his good parts
He
off.
at least has to fix something before he tags another one.
Yeah, but I saw a post where they was looking for another body. So that's interesting. Several years ago, there's a guy named Michael Barber. We'd been up Steel. Steel rained out. Called the mountains running. So we turned around and I don't think I had a car with me that night. They had about a 48 or 50 foot trailer. I got turned around, got in traffic. I never caught him. We got to the mountain. He went down. The car got loose from him. He went tumbling down the track, wrinkled the car up, just something terrible. 2 weeks later, we went to a race in Chattanooga. Got up there. He was there with the car fixed. He owned a body shop. He said he put it on a frame machine, started pulling and yanking, and had it fixed. You couldn't tell it wrecked. In 2 weeks, he completely redid that car.
Sometimes it works out at the house. That got me thinking about Perfect Reflections Body Shop.
Oh yeah, I don't even think Mike does a great job out there. When your transmission tunnel is wrinkled, you need to replace it. You don't need to fix that one.
Yeah. Sometimes it's easier just to let one go than try to fix something that bad.
Yep.
But hey, if you do wreck a car, don't wrinkle the frame. But if you need something fixed, give them a call down there at 205-841-1034. Or you go down and see them at 651 Black Creek Road, located in Birmingham.
Well, actually, Fultondale
area.
Yeah,
it's the Birmingham address.
It is. That's kind of odd, but it is in Fultondale. It's what I would call Fultondale. The over in that area, you might go across the road, and that's Fultondale. On his side of the road might be Birmingham. Who? He's right on the edge. Anyway, 941-101 is our number. Give us a call here on DragRace Central. Atlanta, we get on the internet and look at different things. I saw somebody, Larry Dixon, old Top Fuel guy. He ran Top Fuel dragster for a long time, and I haven't seen him. I think he lost his ride or whatever. I saw it. He has got the ultimate thrill ride. He's got a Top Fuel car with 2 seats. The driver sits in a normal place right in front of the motor. Your passenger sits out in front of that.
That's Top Fuel dragster.
It is the passenger sits in the back because they had this guy strapped in. It's the ultimate thrill ride. I guess once you do that, there's nothing left. You can do something else, but you can't do better. They asked him, said, "What's the fastest you ever been?" He said, "I've been above 100." Dixon says, "Yep, I'll put you above 100 in about 0.8 of a second." Before we pass the 60-foot mark, you will be running over 100 miles an hour.
That's going a bit fast.
I wonder how much it costs. And I didn't see the second part of that where the value, the cost. But
it might be free.
No, it's going to be really expensive, but it's cheaper than buying a Top Fuel car and maintaining it. You can't around here. You can't get a ride in a fighter plane, but you can go to Russia, and Russia, you can fly in a MiG with in the real deal fighter plane. I saw a deal where a guy.
You let them drive it?
No, they won't let you drive.
Oh,
No.
okay.
Not by yourself anyway. They might let you hold of the yoke. A guy went and called he had 2 sons in college. Hey, I'm gonna come get you. We're going off this weekend. Where are we going? Man, I can't tell you. You just have your stuff ready for a couple of days. So he goes, picks his son up. Dad, where are we going? So we're going to Russia. What are we going to Russia for? He said, I bought us some rides in MiG fighter planes. So they went to Russia for the weekend and flew Russian MiGs. Now, that was
that would
that's a cool weekend, ain't it?
That's a weekend and a half, I'd say.
I don't know, but you haven't received that call, have you?
No.
I hadn't called you. So let's take off the weekend. I got something cool because we work on the weekends. So, wasn't for that we'd go to Russia and fly.
Yep, if it wasn't for this.
Man, it wasn't for that. No, I don't think so. Landon, I see sunshine.
You see lots of sunshine now.
Man, I see there's actually sunshine here at 6:41 in the morning. Sunshine going to be a beautiful day.
Oh yeah.
Go out, there's not much drag racing. The Street Fighter's going on tonight there at Last Mountain. So I wonder if we can get Larry Dixon to bring that top fuel car to the Street Fighter. It don't have lights on it. This is going to be bad.
All we can do is ask.
I can't imagine that. In a couple of 100 miles an hour. Of course, top fuel car run about 280 an eighth mile, and when they're set on keel, if you don't have headlights and the parachutes don't come out.
Yeah.
Well, that's kind of like flying a single engine plane at night. They used to tell us that, if you're up flying at night and the engine dies, what do you do? Well, you set up your best glide, glide angle, all the things you got to do, and you turn the landing lights on. When you get down close to the ground, if you like what you see, you leave the light on. If you don't, you turn it off because you fix hit something real hard.
At least I have the option to turn the light off.
You turn the light off. That way you can't see what you're about to hit because you fix hit something. You fly this thing all the way to the scene of the crash anyway. And we're going to get there about 15, 20 minutes before the emergency people do. I didn't know where we were. I guess that's why you decided.
You beat them there at least.
Well, you decided you didn't want to get your pilot's license because you'd. That's bad.
Yeah.
I swear you'll be there 15, 20 minutes before the emergency people are.
You're right about that.
Hey, we got a caller. I think we do. Anyway,
we'll give him a minute. We're about to run out here this segment.
Oh, this segment? Okay, we'll give him a call here. 941-1011 is our number. What you got?
I was going to mention Shaw Building Supplies, located there in Mount Olive.
Mount Olive, Alabama, the booming metropolis of Mount Olive.
Metropolis, probably not the word.
Well, that's something.
But you need some millworks or
from sand all the way to trim work and plumbing, everything. When you get ready to build a house or do honeydews.
No honeydews.
Or how about this? When you go up to Home Place and buy your home from the Home Place, you're gonna
you need that new deck.
You need some deck.
You need stuff for the
stuff.
Stuff. Yeah, that's really about it.
And that
you're gonna need stuff
as guys. That's like there's stuff sitting on top of the TV. That's sit around stuff. And I'm not sure why you have to have that, but females require sit around stuff.
And guys do too. But ours just look different.
Yeah, it's you shouldn't have a big block Chevrolet block in the living room.
You should. That's the thing. You should.
Huh. Okay.
You clean it up. You make a table out of it or something. I don't know.
I wonder if that'll work.
It's been done.
It's been done.
Plenty of times.
But weld some rods together with pistons and make table legs.
Hey, it works. I give them a call down at 205-631-8696.
They have counterintelligence. The guys behind the counter are smart. They can help you out. Landon, I hear some music in the background.
You get some toe tapping going on?
Half the toe tapping as it used to be.
Yeah. You only tap half as much as you can.
Well, I'm tapping, but it ain't sounded, not a whole lot of beat to it. Anyway, we'll be back shortly here at Drag Race Central, Superstation 101. Welcome back in, Drag Race Central. Landon, we got a lot of cool stuff going on.
Hey, that's a toe tapping song right there.
It is, and it's sunshiny outside. Going to be 63 degrees today. Here.
That's looking at our high right here.
60. It's 6:48 in the morning. It won't be long. It'll be time to get up.
Yeah, it'll be time people wake up here soon.
Hey, we got
maybe somebody start listening then.
You know what? I know Matt Smith is listening. Landon, do the math.
I'm miserable.
We would go to lunch and pull.
No. It's Mexican.
We
It's always
go to Mexican. We go to Mexican. We got chips and dips. Of course, the preacher said chips and dip. That's manna from heaven's actually what that is.
Yeah.
We'd eat and get our meal and walk outside. Matt said, "I'm miserable. I need a nap."
Yep.
And rub his belly. So, Matt, if you're listening, we're talking about you, bud. I want to make sure you're going to be at the track tonight. I might need a little bit of help. You can be my backup chick.
Ooh.
No, that's bad.
Ooh.
I didn't say
That's
that.
rough.
I hope he don't show up in
Hell.
in some what's them things? Daisy Dukes. Matt and Daisy Dukes would be as bad as me and Daisy Dukes.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah. Wait, now, Matt, I will say this. What's the worst that could happen? You could lose a tooth. That's about it.
That's it. Anyway, we'll go up to the Street Fighters thing at Last Mountain tonight. I know Clifford Higginbotham posted, and I saw a bunch of hits on there. We're going to be even more and more people say they're coming.
Hey, you talking about Last Mountain? We got Wholesale Transmission brings us Last
Yes,
Mountain.
they do.
They get some great guys down there. The bossman in it was a little weird, but all the workers work pretty hard.
Pontiac. When you say weird, Pontiac motor in a Fox body.
It's just weird.
That ain't right.
We'll eventually, one of these days, we'll get rich and famous so we can afford help from him.
That's right. Well, I tell you what, I'm not going to say it to his face. He's big.
Yeah, but just go Hemi or something.
Ooh, Hemi would be kind of cool.
Going Hemi in a Fox body, I'm okay with.
A blown Hemi.
Yeah, but a Pontiac motor just.
Well, you know what?
I'm not really sure how.
Reason he does that because he had one. That's the reason we got a big block in the Datsun, because we had one.
Yeah, but you got to borrow parts for that. You don't buy parts for a Pontiac because.
Oh, I guess so.
You dedicated at that point.
You got to love it.
Yeah, you dedicated at that point.
Yeah, years, Landon, I hadn't talked about this much. Years ago, we'd be at I started going Laster Mountain, or the drag ships in general, but general Laster Mountain, late 70s, because we street raced for years. And anyway, early 80s, we started going up here pretty regular, and there'd be, say there's 100 cars there. There'd be 95 GM cars, mostly Chevrolets, some Pontiacs, Buick every now and then, 3 Fords, and 1 Dodge, if I got my numbers right. One poor Dodge guy and 3 Ford guys. Now, Fords at the time were pitiful. They just couldn't get any parts for them. The 460s were okay. They do pretty good, but a 460 with everything you could get wouldn't run with a small block Chevrolet. Then I think it was Richard Maskin is his name. I think he was a GM engineer. I think I got this right. Anyway, he started Dart or World Products. All of a sudden, they started making heads that would run. The Dart 2 head for a Ford was actually a Chevrolet port. 202 160 port in a Ford head. All of a sudden, Fords would fly.
Because they started putting Chevrolet parts
Hello. Then the canted valve head, it's called the Yates head. It's a Big Chief Pontiac head, basically, that will fit onto a Ford. They'll fly.
That's backwards.
Did I say Pontiac?
Yeah, Pontiac parts to fit onto a Ford?
Yeah.
This is sick.
No, it was actually they put the Pontiac port, which all the engineering was done. It just makes sense. That's smart is what that is.
I know, but you thought I want to put Pontiac parts in something else. This is disgusting.
Well, actually had a Pontiac part number. Hey, they were aftermarket 100%. They come up with a deal and put a Pontiac part number because in Pro Stock it had to be a GM part. They're smart enough. They just got them people to put a GM part number on an aftermarket head. You can run them. Pretty good, ain't it?
That's just so weird to me.
That's right. 941-1011 is our number. If you want to give us a call, we'll talk about. We almost had a caller a while ago, Landon.
I know. We almost had one. They kind of bailed on us.
That's right.
They changed their mind.
So what else we got going? We got Street Fighters going on. We got the Alabama versus Georgia tomorrow in Montgomery.
That's right. We got a lot of upcoming stuff this coming weeks.
Starting week after next.
That's right. No, actually,
next week.
Coming this week.
Oh, what you got?
We got the finals of Southern Outlaw Tour.
Oh, that's coming up next Saturday, isn't it?
It sure is.
It's going to be Friday and Saturday. I don't know how I could pull off the Friday and Saturday thing. But could I drive down on Friday, drive back Saturday morning, drive back? No, I don't think so.
Yeah, that'd be a little rough. Hey, also we got The 18th, we got Dig Street coming to Alabama International Drag Strip.
So that's going to be on Friday night? That was when that'll be?
18th,
I believe so.
No, it's going to be on a Sunday.
Now, the 20th is Monday.
No, I'm sorry. It's going to be on Saturday because it's
Saturday,
a week from
okay.
today.
Okay, that'd be good.
I got my dates mixed up.
Well, that's all right. You know, guys, you know, that's why we, in drag racing for a long time, we ran the first Saturday night at the mountain. It don't matter what date it is, the first Saturday night. That's why we on this third Saturday night, we're going, the third Tuesday night, we're going to have this racers get together at Fields Grill. They're coming up, won't be this week, will be next week. That's actually on the 21st of November. That is Thanksgiving week, so you can go and you can pre-eat for Thanksgiving. You get enough. Hey, we have now. You in your world, you have pre-breakfast, breakfast, post-breakfast.
I know. I didn't get pre-breakfast this morning.
I noticed that. Was we out of noodle cups?
We were out of noodle cups.
Oh,
and
man,
how
we
you
ate
run
one.
out of those things, I don't know. But we managed to.
Well, you get 200 for a quarter, so we try not to run out of them.
Oh yeah, but then we also have this coming week. We have the MVP Nationals.
What is that?
They're in Huntsville, bracket racing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah. Their Saturday event passed 50,000.
50,000 to win.
They got a 10,000 on Friday, a 50,000 on a Saturday, another 10,000 on a Sunday.
Wow. Well, the bracket racing is just, I believe T.T. Jones, is operator up there now, is just doing an outstanding job.
Hey, now they do have a free racers appreciation dinner on Saturday for racers and fans.
Oh, yeah?
That's right.
What are they feeding us?
You know what? This is something, now.
If it's ramen noodles, I'm not going.
Somebody call Huntsville and ask them, because I kind of want to know now.
Ramen noodles? No.
Like, yeah, I'm not driving. Not driving. Now, look, I live in Coleman, so it's not as
far.
Cup
of noodles. But still, it's a cup of noodles, boy.
I know, but I live in Coleman. It's still not. It's not as far for me. But like, I'm not going to drive from Coleman to Huntsville for some cup of noodles.
But you know what? Some bratwurst.
They used to call them junkyard dogs. Whenever
the bratwurst weenies. Oh my goodness!
And then they'd have the onions and the bell peppers.
Oh yeah.
And special sauce. I don't know what special sauce is, but that's what that goes on it too.
Special.
Yeah.
I found out 2 more drag strips. That puts us, I think, at 27 or 28. I got to make my list. Cottonwood is in Dothan, and there's another one I forgot the name of it, but I found there's 2 more tracks that.
Now, are these anything like the Man Olive International Drag Strip?
No, not like that. You and I made several passes down the Mount Olive International Dragway.
That's right.
We used to leave the shop and we'd head north on Mount Olive Road.
It's not always true. We wouldn't always just whenever we're leaving. It'd be sometimes we'd have cars come in and it would have some malfunctions that require it to be taken to a certified closed road. Yeah.
Certified closed. Now, how you figure how he's closed? We went down.
We signed off on it.
We went down down 2 roads, made sure there was no police officers turn around and
hammer it back.
Hammered it back.
Yeah, it was certified by us. I certified it.
Yes,
I signed off. This is okay.
Well, you know, living out in a bedroom community like we do, if we're doing something a little questionable, and you see a county sheriff, he'll wave at you. You're probably kin to him.
Yeah.
Just shake their head. As a matter of fact, about 6 months ago, I got pulled over.
Oh.
And I pulled over, I got my license, insurance card out. The sheriff walked over. He said, "Oh, it's you." And turned around and left. He said, "Squat."
He leave you there hanging.
I got on the I don't care. He just walked off and left me. That's when you've been around the area way too long.
Yeah.
941-1011 is the number. Deidre will talk about the guys up at Discount Tire. I got to get up and see those guys. You know what? Maybe they'll come to the dinner. We're going to be at 6 o'clock there at Fields Grill, because it's not from Decatur. It's not that far. About 30 minutes down the road. They'll get off, making all them customers happy. Because if Hansville's really not far.
Yeah.
I hear some music. Don't you hear that?
I hear it. I believe that's going to be our top of the hour.
Top of the hour break.
Top of the hour break.
Sun is shining, boy. Man, this is going to be cool. Maybe it'll get
It,
up enough.
it looks like it might be morning.
It could be morning. Good Lord. Here we are at 6:59. Here at Superstation 101, Drag Race Central. Welcome back in the second hour of Drag Race Central. Landon, we got some cool stuff going on today, I hope.
I got cool stuff going on every day.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
It's, does that mean it's don't stink to be you?
That's right.
Well, being a college man you are, it's a target-rich environment where you go to school. There's beautiful females everywhere. So the school is just extra, right?
Yeah, that's really about it. My life's just awesome. I can't really complain from that.
I know one day I asked you something. She said, you said, Landon, he said, Daddy, I'm going volleyball practice this today. I'm going to watch.
No. It was an excused absence to watch volleyball thing. I was like...
Female volleyball.
Yeah, I don't think there's any male volleyball. That's just disgusting to think about. And I'm just thinking, you're telling me I don't have to go to class, and I still get an A if I watch volleyball.
Chicks play volleyball.
You can't make up stuff that's awesome.
Well, years ago, me being as tall as I am, some people had a co-ed volleyball tournament or a league. They asked me would I play. Had somebody going to be out? Yeah, I'll come. Well, you rotate around, and when I was on the front, there was a tall, real attractive girl on the other team opposite of me, and I'm large, and I didn't, I certainly don't want to hurt anybody. Well, the ball came up. That woman knocked my head off. She spiked the ball and beat me right in the head. I looked at her and said, "All right, sweetheart, you better protect yourself." I had her in a ball over there. When I hit the ball at her, she had to bail. Hey, let's go out there and see who we got as a caller this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Randall. Todd Oden here.
Hey, buddy. Hey, did you win?
I did not win the race. I got put out in the semis. I thought I was going to draw the bye run. I was number 2 qualifier, and ended up I had to run in the semis and actually got beat. Had a good tree and everything, but got beat for the first time in the year. I really got outpowered. So
wow.
We got a little homework to do over the off season.
Well, that's all right. Well, you had
we did bring home the championship, and that was the main goal of the year. So I was really excited about that.
Heck yeah, that's great. Now, how close is the double deuce?
It's getting close. My brother Greg is finishing up the aluminum work on the interior today. I'm actually going in a little bit early to set the clutch up with the shim pack and get all that ready to go and slide the transmission in. And that way we can get the engine in and transmission to get a link for the drive shaft to get that taken care of. So we're getting close.
Oh, that is great. I've seen several pictures. Well, we did not know what the answer was for the race because you didn't post. You have posted a bunch of stuff on Facebook, but I never saw where it said if you won or lost. I normally get more time to post, but I'm going to tell you, we have just been, with all the traveling and back and forth, and that race was a pretty good little piece away. It was in North Carolina, so. Oh, yeah. And selling cars.
And selling cars. I've just not had quite the amount of time that I needed to, and along with that, my son has started back wrestling practice, so that takes up quite a bit of time also because he's not quite old enough to drive yet.
And
he's on the cusp of it, but not quite.
And you know what? And what a fun thing to do is go hang out with your son.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize how much fun that was until I had one. Man, it's a cool thing.
It really is. I just picked up a dozen donuts, so if anybody's in our area and wants to look at cars today, I'll have a good bunch of fresh donuts. We'll have a hot pot of coffee made.
Ooh.
Of course, we always have that. I know you guys go eat breakfast, but if you're ever out or any of your listeners are out and want to stop by and have a cup of coffee, we've always got a good hot pot of coffee all day long, every day right there. It is.
Hey, my buddy Chuck Wicks called one day, and I've talked. We went to elementary school together. He said he's having some health problems. He said went to the doctor and they checked me out, and he says, Chuck, we don't need you to eat anything you can't see through. He said, okay. He said, I wouldn't bought me a dozen donuts. He said, I'm not sure that's what he meant, but that's what he said. Ate every one of them, too.
That's great. I've been accused of eating a whole dozen on the way home for buying a dozen, so I can understand that. From one big boy to a tall boy, I know you understand how that works.
Man, them things go down smooth, don't they?
Yeah, they really, really do.
Because I eat one now, I'll be like a house cat.
I just want to thank y'all for all you do, and keep letting us know if anybody's going to be racing on Saturdays or Sundays, and till the end of the year. I would really appreciate that. And before I get off here, I just wanted to give a shout out and a big, huge thank you to all our veterans. I can't imagine the sacrifice they make to leave their family and to look out for our freedom and take care of our country. And my hat's off to them, and I stand with them. And,
yes, that is Veterans Day. We're thrilled.
I'm just thrilled to live in this great country we live in. No matter how bad it is, no matter what you want to complain about, we have the right to complain because a veteran looks out after us.
Hey, they can be wrong if they want to. They still have the right.
I promise you. And like I say, I'm proud. I'm proud of where I live, and I'm proud of everything that the freedoms we have. And I just want to thank the veterans today.
Yes, hey, Todd, we appreciate it. Hey, did you hear us talking about we're going to have a little racer get together?
I did at Phil's Grill.
Yes, I'd love to have you up there.
I'll definitely try to come to that, and I'm gonna try to support Jimmy out at Gardendale Performance too. He's a good friend of mine, and if I could just have back a small percentage of what I've spent in his store in the last year or so, I could probably sponsor 3 of those shooting events.
There you go. Hey, but we're having so much fun. This is great.
It really is, and again, I thank y'all, Randall and Landon. Y'all are great guys, and thanks for what you do for all the racing community.
All right, Todd, we appreciate it.
Hey, you guys take care. Eat a good breakfast for me today.
Hey, it's going to happen. You believe that.
All right, good deal. See you
Thanks.
guys.
There's our buddy Todd Oden out at MTO Motors. Hey, talk to him again. I know he was the man of the hour, but talk about him again.
Hey, we got MTO Motors that do in-house financing. So another slogan they do is credit no problem.
Hey, the important part, Landon, free donuts too.
Free donuts, today.
And
if you hurry, maybe.
I mean, if you call in advance, maybe have some delivered.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme is not far from his location.
That's right. Hey, I've been bad enough before where the closest one we have there in Coleman is in Decatur.
Oh yeah.
I drove up there to grab a box of donuts and bring back home.
Uh-huh.
I drove up there. They never made it home. It was awful.
Hey, when you go by and the light's on, oh my gosh.
Yeah, the light was on. And by the time I got home, there was none more in that box. I don't know what happened. And I called and complained, said they sold me an empty box.
That's right. Something happened to them.
But
what's Todd's number out there?
MTO Motors location is at 7212 First Avenue North, or you can give them a call down at 205-836-0508. Hey, we also got our buddy Tim, Shoe Towing and Recovery out there. If you need towing, accident recovery, roadside assistance, storage, or even moving storage buildings, open 24 hours a day. They bring you our local towing service at 205-631-0910.
You know, one of the things that Todd mentioned is the racer appreciation thing out at Hoover Tactical Firearms on the 20th. It's a Monday night, the 20th. We'll get out and hopefully Todd and we'll get a lot of the guys out there and do a little competition shooting. I don't know if I can see. I have some binoculars on the end of the gun.
You might have to get some actual glasses for that.
Nah. I need a grouping of about a foot diameter. I don't need 1 inch or so. But at the competition.
No. You get a competition at about 10 yards. You can have people with a grouping of half of. No, I'd say 1/4 inch.
I'll be like Charlie Boswell in his old. Charlie Boswell was a blind golfer from Birmingham, and actually a scratch golfer, but he was totally blind.
Totally blind.
He would have somebody line him up. Charlie Boswell could hit a ball, and he would be a scratch golfer. He couldn't see squat. I see pretty well. I can't make that ball go in that little gopher hole, and I don't know what the heck that is. But anyway, so when you come down,
very odd choice of
hey, would you point
hobbies.
me? Make sure I'm pointing in the right direction.
That's what we do in drag racing. Whenever you get a backup person, they back you up, put you in the groove. You are lining them up.
So I could have I wonder if I could get me a backup chick at the pistol range.
You probably could.
No, I can't.
She's probably married, but still.
Might exceed the load limit. I'm scared of them. I don't want to exceed one that exceeds the load limit.
You don't want one that comes with 2.
That's right. 941-1011 is our number here on this beautiful Saturday morning. Man, I see sunshine out there. Not a cloud in the sky.
Hey, maybe warm up a little bit.
going to be 53, 58 degrees today.
63.
63. Oh, hey, I'll be out in the thong in the backyard today.
Oh, dear.
Thank goodness I live 500 feet off the road in the woods.
Yeah.
So
Thank goodness there's trees on all sides.
A neighborhood would be awful. They'd put me in jail. Hey, this old pawpaw's out there in his thong bikini again.
Oh, yeah. Well, I hear some music in the background. Let's go out to our quarter-hour break.
Here on Superstation 101, DragRace Central. Landon, that music going on. I need a girlfriend.
Yeah.
I hear somebody whispering sweet nothings in my ear right now.
Ooh.
Well, scary.
If you keep hearing that, I'm gonna have to take you to the hospital or something. After my breakfast.
His voice is after breakfast.
After breakfast.
So if I croak, you're gonna mourn after breakfast.
Well, I don't want to have to be sad and hungry.
Well,
I'll be sad and full.
Okay.
Or full. Or I'm sorry, or hungry and not sad. Either one's fine, but I ain't doing both.
Well, there's a rule in life. We've talked about drunk, fat, and stupid is no way to go through life. Any two of those will work, but if you put all three of those together, it will not work. See, if you're smart and fat, and not drunk, you'll be fine. Nothing wrong with it. But drunk, fat, and stupid is no way to go through life.
Yeah,
that's a quote out of the old Animal House movie. That's what they told John Belushi. Son, drunk, fat, and stupid is no way to go through life. Anyway, I'm sorry. Go ahead. I get chasing rabbits.
I was over here looking at the home place. They have two locations. One's right there in Warrior.
The old Dewey Barber location.
That's right. 9694 Highway 31 located there in Warrior. You can give them a call down at 205-543-6556. Hey, and they also have their Pinson Valley Parkway location. You give them a call in at 205-681-6226. They've been in business since 1969.
Wow, that's a long time. Well, Todd brought it up just a moment ago. I want to say a big thank you to all our veterans. Today being Veterans Day, we'll have a big Veterans Day parade going on in downtown Birmingham. I wonder if they'll have the fighter planes. I wonder if I can get a ride one of the fighter planes.
Ooh.
I had a bucket list. Everybody's got a bucket list. I always wanted to ride in an F-4. That was fighter planes used to be stationed here in Birmingham. That was the most wicked, meanest, baddest plane I'd ever seen. It was cool. I always wanted to ride in one. A P-51 Mustang. I did get an opportunity to fly in a P-51 several years ago. I rode jump seat. There's a D model. Actually had a back seat in it. Got to ride in that, but I always wanted to ride in a jet. Never had an opportunity to. But anyway, today is
I'll ride a stealth plane.
Stealth. It's like having a good camouflage outfit. I had one of those, but I laid it down in the backyard and never found it again. I don't know what happened to that thing. But yeah, I'd love to ride some of those things. But I think that ship is probably sailed for me. I don't think I'll get to do it.
Well, you can just once.
Oh yeah. So should I get in and nobody will notice? I'll be like an elephant in a palm tree. If I show up, people see me. I can't hide.
You just act like a crazy crippled man.
Act like it's not an act, son. It's not an act at all.
You're set then.
So that's you get a little close to home there, Bubba. So when you go in looking for cousin Eddie and I can't find him, it means I'm him. How about that?
Yep, that's true.
But anyway, today is Veterans Day, and last year I had an opportunity to go into. I went with my cousin Cindy and her husband Terry, who is a veteran. We went over on Veterans Day to Chili's. They're in Trussville area. Went in, they had a table set up. There's people standing around waiting to get in, and there was a table set up with linens, china. Decorated, and the seats were leaned forward. I didn't know what that was, and Terry said, I said, what is that? He said, that's for the guys who didn't make it home. So they had a place set for them. And, you talking about bringing a tear to your eye. That is incredible. These guys put themselves on in harm's way. And it is awesome things to do. So good luck. But, we got a back in the day story.
That's right. Hey.
Well, this is not street racing, but the kind of crap I've done for all these years, every now and then something will jump up and bite you. The year was about 83 or 4. Worked for Steel City Oldsmobile. And my old boss out there, T.J. Williams, greatest guy. He was like a second daddy to all of us. And we tried our dangest to never cause a problem. And every then something happened.
Or survive. Like.
He'd call us in the office. Boy, he called it a chopping out. He gonna chop us out. Well, most of the time it wasn't me that did it. But anyway, we in the middle of this big old chopping out, and he had kind of paused a minute, and I'd say, "Hey TJ, is this a bad time to ask for a raise?" Let me tell you, poor TJ, I thought he was going to bust a vein right at that point, boy. Well, anyway, he'd come out and say, "Attaboy," he'd give you attaboys. So one day he's out there, and I said, "All right, TJ, got to ask this question." And, of course, he knew something's coming. I said, "How many attaboys does it take to, I get like 6 attaboys." And he come out, I've messed up. And I said, I got some attaboys. You can't say anything. I said, "Give me a ratio. There's got to be some kind of ratio."
You need some points.
I need points, brownie points.
It's like brownie points, yeah.
But anyway, you get to ask some attaboys. 6 attaboys messes up. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe you did that. So anyway, we had this 83 or 84 98 Olds. The customer complained that it would you get going down the road and it would just shut down. We'd drive this thing. I drove it, and I couldn't get it to act up. So anyway, we took off up the highway, got on there at University Boulevard, which that's before the start name was 8th Avenue South. You make the loop, and you start, that would be going toward, they actually call it east, I believe, on 280. Anyway, you pass St. Vincent's Hospital on the left. You go under the, there's a tunnel up here going. So anyway, TJ held it. He's an old racer. He held this thing to the floor. It went through low gear, and it went through second gear, and boy, everything's doing good. And it got about middle ways third gear, this thing started laying down. We're coming up on this bridge, and it's a bridge, it's a tunnel, it's under Highland Avenue. I said, "TJ, we ain't going to make it." "Son, you just stick with me. We'll make it through there." "TJ, we ain't going to make it through there because we're coasting uphill. We're running probably 55 or 60, we at highway speed." It's a 307 4-barrel in a 4,200-pound car. We ain't accelerating real fast. "TJ, we ain't going to make it." He says, "Son, we'll be fine." I said, "TJ, we ain't going to make it." So we got about 3/4 of the way through this tunnel, and we come to a stop. So bright, sunshiny day.
A very quiet stop at that, I'm sure.
We're in the right-hand lane, dead stopped, in a 98 Oldsmobile, brand new one, in the dark, where everybody's come from the daylight into the dark. "TJ, I told you wouldn't make it. We're not going to make it through there. You won't listen." He said, "Son, you stick with me. We'll be all right." So he had the emergency flashers on because, emergency flashers, when you touch the brakes, it stops flashing. All right, so we got to back out of this thing. The engine ain't running. Spun it over, it ain't going to crank. We backed out of this thing. And once we got out from the tunnel, we didn't get hit. Actually, we backed out of the tunnel and backed it up on some grassy area there, and it finally cranked up. We went on. TJ, if I tell you it ain't going to roll through there, you just pull off because it ain't going to make it. This is what I do. It turned out to be we had a problem, those carbureted cars. You pull the gas tank off, and it's called a sock. It's filled a screen or strainer inside the tank. You pull the thing apart, and if it had a wrinkle in it, what was happening? The thing pulled, and it would collapse and shut the pickup off, and that thing would go dead. So that's all that was. But I thought TJ gonna get us killed. Anyway, he used to call me on these cold, or it was gonna snow. He said, "Boy, I'm gonna come get you in the morning," because he lived out there in the Gardendale area. Well, about 4 o'clock in the morning, he had called. He said, "Boy, what are you doing?" I said, "TJ, what do you think I'm doing? I'm asleep." He said, "Well, I'll be over in a minute to get you." Okay, so he'd drive a 4-hill drive home or something, and me and him would drive 8 miles an hour on the way to town. We'd get to town.
Eventually.
It was TJ and me in downtown Birmingham is it. But he'd take me. We found a place called Connie's Restaurant. They'd made it home. They must have, or made it there in the open. We'd eat breakfast, and I always enjoyed our time together, even though he'd chop us out every now and then. Because we needed it. That was the real deal.
Now, let me mention Shaw Building Supplies, located there in Mount Olive.
Booming metropolis of Mount Olive, by the way.
That's right. Give him a call down at 631-8696.
8696.
Now, I believe I'm going to call. It's not Deidre.
Oh, yeah? Let's go out to who we got a couple of minutes. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Ron from Coleman.
Hey.
I'm an old infantry medic. I've just been laid up for a while.
Uh-oh.
About going on about 30 years now, bedridden.
Uh-oh.
But I've been listening to y'all. I really enjoy this station.
Hey, we're having so much fun. I hope you can tell that.
I want y'all to know I do appreciate y'all. And all the other commentators and stuff.
Hey, that's great.
I was wondering, have you ever heard that song "Going Home"?
Oh yeah,
by John Anderson.
Oh yeah. Hey, something else that along with I'm a YouTube junkie. I get on there watching these guys come home from being deployed. That is just heartbreaking. Oh no, it's heartwarming. Those guys come home, their family they sneak up on their family. That's kind of cool.
Oh yeah,
I enjoy watching those, and I'll watch them over and over and over.
Yes, sir.
Hey man,
that's a treat, man. They coming home, you know.
Yes, it is. They've been gone. But deployed. My cousin's husband was gone for 18 months. He came home.
Okay, yeah.
And that's he came home, and it's been he's a great guy, and I appreciate being around him. Hey, a lot of fun. Got some cool stories too. He's a helicopter guy. He got to talk about Afghanistan. They didn't drive anywhere. They got in a helicopter. Those roadside things won't blow up on a helicopter. You might get shot at, but they might miss. Them roadside bombs won't miss. Hey, man, well, we appreciate you calling. And keep listening to us. Thank you, bud.
Hanging in there.
We had a call from up in Coleman. Hey, you know what? We enjoyed here, and I hope Miss Deidre calls in here shortly. We're going to do the Deidre report. And she'll talk about she's down in Panama City at a car show. Several thousand of her closest friends.
Now they're on the same time. They're on the same time zone as we are.
Yes, they are.
Okay,
it splits.
I make sure she wouldn't call us at 8.
She gonna miss. She can call me. She call on the hotline. She'll call me. She'll call on my cell phone. What are you doing? What do you think I'm doing?
Yes. Why aren't you answering? It ain't us.
All right, we're gonna go out and take a break, and I think I see her on the line. We'll come back for the last break. We'll tell all this stuff we have going. Superstation 101, Drag Race Central. Welcome back in to Drag Race Central. Let's go out to. Let's go out. Who is this?
I don't know. I'm just a random caller.
A random caller.
A random caller. Yeah.
Miss Deidre from the Deidre Report.
The Deidre Report.
All right.
Coming at you from Florida. Woohoo!
Now look, are you in Daisy Dukes and a cutoff T-shirt this morning?
No, I've been outside since 5:50 to get internet, and it is freezing. It is about 60 degrees. Yeah, it's probably 58, 60 degrees outside.
Oh, that's not too bad. I put a sheet on my windshield last night where this morning we wouldn't have to worry about, in case we run a little bit late, wouldn't have to worry about getting ice off the windshield. Yeah, hey, it worked too.
Oh gosh. Well, we were at the beach yesterday. We actually got in the water and laid out on the beach. It was beautiful. It was very, very warm.
Wow.
Love it.
So how many cars are there?
I want to say, I think last year there was probably like 1,500, and they ran out of room Thursday. So there's probably going to be, I want to say 1,500 plus cars.
Now, what do they call this? What is this cruise?
It's called the Emerald Coast Cruising in Panama City Beach, Florida. And it's the last pilgrimage for all the car shows of, all around. Everybody comes down here. This is our last hurrah. That's where everybody gets together. And it's not only a car show. I mean, we have vendors and, things like that. But the best part about it is, everybody's got a hot rod or a street rod or a rat rod or, whatever it is. And every hotel is just nothing but hot rods.
Well,
so after.
Hey, Deidre, I hate to tell you this, but the rat rods, I am not impressed with them because I've had that crap for years.
Yeah,
I want something shiny. I already had one of them things that didn't look good.
Hey, but you didn't realize the money they put into the rat rods.
Oh, I know.
To make them look like rat rods.
Oh, yeah.
What a waste of money. We do the same thing at the house, but it's cheap.
Had to spend $8.
Okay. But the best part about being down here is not just the show. After everybody leaves the show about 5 or 6 o'clock, there's an event every night, like a party, like at a restaurant. They'll have the flamethrower event where they'll have cars that have the flamethrowers out the back, or burnout contests, things like that every night, throughout the week. And then during, after everybody gets back to their hotels, everybody puts on their coats, puts on their warm clothes, grabs their drinks, pulls their lawn chairs out to the strip. And it's unofficially allowed. You're allowed to show what kind of power you can put down to the ground up and down the strip till about 11 o'clock every night.
It's unofficially allowed.
Unofficially allowed.
Yeah, sometimes the police,
we had the same event going on at my up in Coleman all day, every day.
all day, every day.
Yeah.
Unofficially
Burnout
allowed.
contests, see how much power you make. We had those same events going on. Huntsville's really prominent around like Saturday nights. If it's warm enough out, we had those events too.
Well, when you got about 200,000 people, on one 2-lane road, and you're out there throwing water out so people can stop and do burnouts, the police kind of park to the side and watch, make sure we don't kill each other. But
kind of like being at the Mardi Gras with all the things that are shown at Mardi Gras.
Right.
Hey, do you get beads when you burn out? I think they ought to throw in some beads.
Throw beads at the cars.
Oh, yeah. That's what they do when they show out in New Orleans. You win some beads.
Lord. No, I don't think they're winning beads. I think they just don't want a ticket.
Oh, yeah. Hey, you heard us talking about, we talked about doing on the third Tuesday night of this month up at That Feels Grill. Have you got any response on that?
Not yet. Like I said, I've been down here most of the week, so I hadn't really got to start working on that. So, I'll get with you later this week, and we'll get together, and we'll get some good stuff going for that.
Jimmy up there at Garden Performance is going to have the Racers Appreciation thing over at Hoover Tactical Fire on the Monday night before we do this on the Tuesday.
Cool.
So they're going to have some target practice and some contests and stuff like that. But, I hope we get ours, and, we got room for close to 100 people. If you sit double, there'd be a lot of folks in there.
Yeah.
But
hey, tell them to bring their lawn chairs like we do at cruise-ins. Bring your fold-out chairs. Just, sit where you can.
Well, hey, you know what? I have an empty lap. Hot chick can sit in my lap. I might feed her, too.
Oh, Lordy. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, yeah, that just ain't right, is it?
No.
Scary.
Well, I'll go over real quick what we got going on.
Okay.
Believe it or not, we still have some events that are going to be, here and there, throughout the winter, but they're still going on. Bars and Coffee, as you know, that's every week, every Saturday morning from 8:30 to about 12. It's just, hey, take your chances. It might be snowing. They might be out there. They may not be.
It's sunshiny.
Got to go. Yep. So that's from 8 to 12. Tonight is the Asphalt Heroes. That's kind of the younger crowd. And they have their second Saturday night downtown Birmingham. That's on 109 23rd Street, South Birmingham. And it starts at 6:35 to 11 o'clock.
That's First Avenue and 23rd Street is what that would be. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm. And they have that closed off they don't do any, burnouts or anything like that because I think they have to get a permit to do that. So, there'll be police presence around there, I'm sure.
I'm sure.
And then, and then, the late night street fight, the race is on tonight, actually. You got those at Lasher Mountain. And on Sunday, there's the Drift Temple. I don't know if y'all ever heard of that before.
Is that at the Shriners Temple?
Yes, it was the Moore Temple, Alabama Speed Club. I actually went up there. They had an event going on last weekend. It's called Club Wars, and I went up there with the Alabama Misfits, and we won the battle of the clubs who could bring out the most cars. I think we brought out like 24 or 28 cars and won the award for the most cars for them. But they got the Drift Temple, and that's at the Moore Temple, and that's going to be Sunday.
That's out in the Irondale area.
Yes, right off 459.
Oh, you ride along, got that big gold building sticking up out of the woods. That's where you're going.
Big gold dome.
Yeah, that's right, out there off of Grants Mill Road. You access it off of Grants Mill Road. That's about 459.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's $89, and it's all day. I think it's 8 to 6, and it's $89 for non-member club members to race, to drift, and $69 for club members. And you can go all day long, and they donate part of the proceeds to the Zamora Temple to keep, things going around there. So that's a win-win for everybody right there.
Yes, it is. The guys do a good job out there.
It's a lot better than wait for it to rain and just going down around some back roads.
Or snow. I learned to drift in the snow.
Oh, snow drifting?
Oh, that was so much fun.
I was never a fan of it. It's just too unpredictable.
Oh, no, it's great. I
know, but like you could hit a patch of ice, and then like you're not even having fun anymore. You just
who cares? You're on a 7-acre. It's a 7-acre parking lot. Who cares?
Oh, well, that maybe. Yeah.
Hey, make sure you get one without a light pole, because I did that one time and was drifting around, thought it was so fun until I smacked the back quarter panel on a light pole.
Oops. Well, yeah, make sure you watch out for that. I can see that going bad.
Don't be in the wheels.
And I got to give a little shout out to our little fan club that we got going on. We got the dedicated listeners at Discount Tires in Madison. They're all listening, and hopefully they're working. They always say they're working, but, they kind of hard to listen and work. Yeah. And we got the RPM Standard guys, Junkyard Life, and we've got the Magic City Mustangs and the Alabama Misfits. They're listening this weekend, too.
Okay. We hadn't talked a whole lot about the Junkyard Life. We got to get some more projects. And my Junkyard Life project will be starting here, with the winter coming on. My Junkyard Life project will be starting up here pretty quick.
I got plenty of projects. I got no money.
Is that important?
Well, I thought my whole life is a junkyard life. Our whole yard is a junkyard life.
That sounds familiar. That's what the cars you're talking about. They made the rat rods. Well, no, I don't want no more of them. I've had 20 or 30 of them.
Too funny. But yeah, something else real quick. I'll tell you. We bought Justin a 2001 SS Camaro the other day, and we got to looking at it. It had some strange badging, and the guy we bought it from thought, somebody's messed with this car and put this on it and took this off, and so he put on and took off what he thought was right with the car. Well, we got to looking at it and doing a little internet research, and Jody, one of the guys from Junkyard Life, called, and he said, I think this is a DEI eliminator car. Uh-huh. Dale Earnhardt Industries car. Yeah. And Dale he didn't build them. He actually purchased them and then modified them, kind of like, Roush or Celine. But he bought 82 or 83. They kept 3, and a couple of them are in a museum, and I forgot what happened to the rest. Well, there's certain things. There's her shifter. There's a gauge cluster, white gauge cluster, chrome in the Camaro, different SS badging than the normal SS badging, a couple other, different things. So, but we could never find. He also said the guy we bought it from said there was a tag on there that said number so and so of so and so, but he can't remember what it said. But he thought somebody just stuck it on there, so he threw it away. So I ended up calling Dale Earnhardt Industries last week, talking to them, and they put me in touch with the guy, and they said, unfortunately, Randy Earnhardt, the guy that kept up with everything, which was Dale's brother, recently died, and he didn't put anything on paper, and they didn't buy the car, and things went to, VIN numbers as they came off the line. So they never kept any of the numbers. They just know there's like 80-something cars out there left. So I, told them what happened, told him all the, the characteristics of the cars and stuff like that. He said, well, we can't verify it. He said, unless you can find something else. But he said, I can put money on it. That's a eliminator car.
Oh,
he
that's
said,
pretty
I just
neat.
know it is.
Well, remember I told you about one down on Jet Road. I saw where they had that home for sale. The man died, and
okay.
I'll try to get down this week and see if we can find out something about that. It's an LS car. It was, something done to it, and they never got it fired up. It's an automatic car. Landon is excited. If it had been a straight shift, I'd have already been down there and got it.
That's what I was wanting.
He's wanting the T56 to put in his little. Yeah, he wants a straight shift. He thinks he does.
I know I do.
Well, I mean,
for now,
when you're out riding around, track, you won't,
I know it. He wants
to. But
well, Deidre, I hear some music in the background. We sure appreciate you calling in, and have fun down there.
I will. Thank you, guys. I'll see y'all later, and y'all have fun today.
Thank you, ma'am. See ya. That's our old our friend Miss Deidre Quick Trammell. She's does the Deidre report.
I'm going to try to throw in Perfect Reflections. brings us the News Report. Give them a call in at 205-841-1034.
All right, it's Drag Race Central, Superstation 101. We'll be right back. Welcome back in to Drag Race Central. Hey, Lana and I was having to do the overly Caucasian dance.
Yeah,
That's some kicking music. Wasn't it?
I was seeing you over there in the corner of my eye.
No, you had your eyes closed. I was watching.
I was looking. I was trying not to, but I was looking. But a wholesale transmission. They help bring us Leinster Mountain. They help bring us our wonderful show we have here. Give them a call in at 205-251-0466.
Let's go out to a caller. Good morning.
Good morning.
What can we do for you?
Miss, I love your show.
You know what? We love that you do. Hey, you know what? It'd be fun to get you up here on the radio. Would that be cool?
Yeah.
What is your name?
Jasmine?
Jasmine. Oh, cool. Do you like to go to the drag races?
Yes.
You know, it's fun for me, too. I've been going for a long, long time, and it's still just as much fun now as it was when I was small. How about that?
Yeah. Who's your favorite drag racer?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm my favorite drag racer.
Oh.
How about that? Well, my son's favorite drag racer is him.
My favorite drag racer would have to be Randy Flippo.
Oh, yeah? Wait a minute. I think this is a setup. Is Randy your pawpaw?
No.
Oh, yeah?
My papa's boss.
Do what?
He's my papa's boss.
Oh, okay. Well, I knew this was a setup in some way. Randy's one of our local racers. We enjoy talking to him every time we see him. Well, young lady, I appreciate you calling. Well,
Thank you.
Maybe I can be your number 2 favorite drag racer.
Okay.
Thank you, Miss Jasmine.
Thank you.
You know what? That was a cool call.
Hey, that's right.
I knew it was a setup. I knew it was.
It had to be.
That's all right.
Because somebody had to wake her up for this. This is way too early for a small
Oh,
child.
no. Small child? If the sun is up, they'll be up.
I guess they're different than, like, me. I don't know. You remember when I was little, I never liked sleeping during the day. I mean, sleeping during the night.
That's right. You get up when the sun was warm.
Yeah.
Roll out about the crack of noon.
Ooh, we get up early that day.
That's right. It's before breakfast.
That's an early day.
But anyway, we've got a couple of cool events coming up. We've
right.
got the Southern Outlaw Tour next weekend. We've got Street Wars tonight at Lasta Mountain.
Street Fighters.
Street Fighters. I'm sorry. We're not no wars. We're fighters. I'm not fighting.
Well, see, when I was there, I was always wondering, like, when's the fight break out? Like, who do I hit first?
The problem with fighting, you can be on the receiving end of that, which is a lot less fun.
It's actually, it's not less fun. It's just different.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to pass on that. We're going to do the Street Fighters tonight there at Lasta Mountain. Gates open at 4 o'clock, $10 to get in.
We also have the Georgia versus Alabama.
Tomorrow
at their Montgomery. Maybe be a
Southern Outlaw Tour next week in Montgomery.
That's right. And we also have our MVP.
The big bracket race up in Huntsville.
That's right. The $10,000 race on that Friday.
And a 50
on that Saturday.
Another
10 on that Sunday.
My goodness, bracket racing. Had it not been for bracket racing, drag racing may have died a few years ago. It got to the point where it was terrible. When class racing went away and before bracket racing really took over, drag racing was struggling. Then the bracket racing really came on, and it's been a savior to drag racing. And it allowed, you have a big bracket race going, it allowed the heads up stuff to do. And bracket racing is not a very fan friendly thing to watch. It's kind of like going to a golf match. If you're into golf makes sense. Or watching fishing on the radio don't make a lot of sense. But watching golf is you have to really be into it. Now watching hockey, you go to a fight and a race breaks out. No, you go to a fight and a hockey game breaks out.
Yeah.
In football, if you are too rough, they penalize you, kick you out. They suspend you. In basketball, if you hit somebody, they suspend you. In hockey, if you hit somebody, they give you a 2-minute penalty.
No.
I don't understand that.
No. If you hit somebody, depending on how bad you hit them, you get a 2-minute penalty.
It's 2 minutes. If you just hit them, the body check thing, you run along and you pile drive this guy against the thing. They don't even pay attention to that.
Yeah, there's like, did he get the puck or not?
If you do that in football, they throw a cute little flag out there and blow a whistle at you. And I don't understand all this stuff. But like I told you, the deal
in soccer, it all depends on how good of an actor you are.
They pulled that little card. Oh my gosh.
No. It depends how good of an actor you are. If you can fake it better than somebody else, then you have a better chance.
They pulled that little card out.
Yeah.
Oh no, he got the penalty card. Okay, now what? Remember I told you the story.
Hey, as much as those guys get paid, a penalty's a big deal because then they don't pay you as much.
Well, at BIR, the promoter come out and said if you caught fighting on that back straight, it's a $250 fine and you will pay it. He said if you get in a fight on the front straightaway, I'll pay you $50. I did. That was B.J. Parker. He did that.
BIR.
That's the Birmingham International Raceway. That was at the fairgrounds. Now it's you go swimming out there, swim complex, some kind of sports complex out there now.
So if you got in a fight
on the back straight,
where nobody can see you.
No, on the back straight's bad. No, you don't fight back. You get on the front straightaway, he'll give you $50 because you're gonna fight anyway. Let's go around the front and duke it out.
I'd make a few $100s that night.
Some of them will fight back.
Hey, I'm good with that.
The dumbest ones, they pull their helmet off fight. That's dumb. I'm going to wear my helmet.
Hey, all you said is I had a fight. You never said I had to win it.
Oh, yeah?
You said I had a fight.
I'm getting $50.
Yeah.
Just a tooth or two. Ain't no big deal.
Yeah. Get a mouthpiece.
Maybe. No, races, I guess you would have.
Yeah. It makes sense. Somebody question you. You look a little weird, but nobody question you.
You're racers. They don't care what we look.
Yeah.
They don't have to find us handsome. They just have to find us handy. That's all we're after in the women. How about that?
That's right.
Son, it's 7:55, and one thing we hadn't discussed.
Well. See, now look, you've got some perverted ideas on breakfast. You're not a fan of Huddle House for some reason?
They had ugly gravy.
It's better than Nikki's though.
It looked like chocolate milk there wasn't enough chocolate in.
It was. Look, their gravy was hands down better than Nikki's every time.
Yeah, but what about Waffle House? Now, Huddle House don't have the hot chick like Waffle House has.
You got better chances though. You have better chances of them ending up at Huddle House, of attractive people showing up there.
Oh,
attractive. Period.
I think what we need to do is have the women of Waffle House.
Ooh.
A calendar.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. I guess we better not do that.
Who's buying this?
Nobody.
We're like, where's your market range at?
I didn't do the market research on that, did I?
No, I don't believe you have.
Hey, they cook some smashed and smothered and tumbled what's them things, hash browns, though, can't they?
Yeah, but who's gonna buy their calendar?
Oh. Maybe we could get a Waffle House calendar and put pictures of food.
They
on it.
wouldn't buy themselves calendar.
Oh yeah.
If they were in the counter, they wouldn't buy it. Like I'm just saying,
hey,
it's rough.
The last incident we had at Waffle House, you and I were sitting there. We'd been off to a race. We were sitting there, and I said, "Hey, Landon, see this guy sitting behind me?" Yeah. I said, "That's a woman." He said, "No, it's not." I said, "You go in there, the referee behind you. You go in the bathroom, and you come back and talk again." So you left and come back. He said, "Oh my God, that's a woman." Well, kind of.
Yep, that's just it's people you run into at Waffle House.
That's right.
That's the kind of people you run into at Waffle House.
Hey, and nice as he can be. And actually, this lady, I grew up with her, so I knew her well. That's the reason I could point her out. And that was interesting. Anyway, that was just kind of cool.
You're thinking about.
Is it going to be all right? This morning is it going to be? We're down to Ken's or Jack's, and we got stuff to do today. So I'm thinking just Jack's today.
Yeah.
Does that work for you?
It works for me because you're not very keen on good breakfast.
I'm not going to Huddle House. They had ugly gravy.
you ate there once and you've already decided their food's terrible.
No, I didn't say it's terrible. I said it's ugly.
But still, it's only once.
Well, should I wear my sunglasses and eat the gravy?
You can. You can try. At least.
So, and what's bad? I know it wasn't just what I ordered because you ordered, and I said, "Well, I'll have what he's having." Landon.
Hey, if you didn't notice, I ate everything they gave me.
I know it. And you ate ugly gravy. It did have chunks in it, though.
It was good.
I'll have to pass. Man. Actually, gravy is called lard pudding. It's bad for your veins and arteries. It'll stop up everything you got. Kind of goes down smooth, though.
Yeah.
And it's been here we are at 7:58 on Saturday morning. I see sunshine, no clouds. We've got a lot of events. Go out to some kind of car event tonight. We can come out to a Street Fighter event. I'll see you out there. And,
or at least a bonfire. You'd be cold.
Hey, I'm glad you thought that. I wonder if we build a bonfire at the street race. I'd feel just like we're at Old Roxmore. I might put some wood on the back of the truck.
You'll burn down the entire field.
No, they got barrels out there. Wheaty probably choke me if I was light a fire in one of his barrels, but
yeah, he probably will.
I will not ask permission. I can ask forgiveness.
It's easier
though.
to ask for forgiveness.
Forgiveness. Oh man, I didn't know I couldn't do that. Maybe here's some more wood. All right, we've enjoyed this Saturday morning. We'll see you next week here on DragRace Central Superstation 101.